All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to get into it, a bunch of topics, probably 30 minutes to an hour tonight. But this first topic is we're going to talk about the Tesla Model Y. Inventory is selling out. It's almost sold out. It's probably sold out in a bunch of different areas, depending on where you are in the country. And this is all because of what happened yesterday. We'll recap, of course, what happened yesterday. And of course, while we're doing the live stream, any chats that come in, it's like a question, you can jump in. I'll get to it and I'll answer it. And that's definitely the benefit of the live streams as well. So if you're just joining in, we're going to talk about a variety of topics, but this first topic is going to be about Tesla inventory and how it's essentially selling out and what to do. Kind of what is the strategy if you are on the fence of looking to buy a Tesla Model Y? What should you do at this point? So, but before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. And shout out to my newest Patreon members, Austin, Agent Death, Chris, Ninth Kind, Dio, David, Barba. Thank you all for jumping in the Patreon. And if you're interested, down below in the description, there's a lot of good benefits, I would say, that you can get from joining the Patreon. But let's just jump into it. Like it's pretty crazy, right? To recap what was yesterday, probably yesterday was, I call it a roller coaster of Tesla pricing. That's for sure. Let me move here. So I said yesterday was another Tesla pricing roller coaster. If you're new to the Tesla shopping, this is nothing new. What Tesla did yesterday is kind of in their wheelhouse. They did it all through November, December. There was like 3 different stages within December where they just messed with prices, and they continued it on January 13th, where we had that huge price drop. I would say on the 13th, and then now yesterday we had a roller coaster that added to it, but I would say easily the catalyst that we could put on it was that the IRS raised the limit of the Model Y MSRP limit up to $80,000, which made all Model Ys qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. If you don't know what that means, you can build basically any Model Y to whatever MSRP you want now, as long as you don't pass $80,000, even full self-driving, it doesn't matter. And you will qualify as long as you qualify as an individual for yourself for the $7,500 tax credit. And the PSA on this is that it's only until March of 2023. The IRS and Treasury could release guidelines at any moment that would change this. And right now they're kind of saying it could be as early as, March 1st. All it says is during March 2023. So it could be March 1st, it could be after, in the middle, or it could even be March 31st. So we have no idea at this point. So I would say if you're on the fence, if you're trying to take delivery, I wouldn't, bank on being later on in March. I would try and take delivery ASAP. And so with that price cap getting raised yesterday, the Model Y Performance became eligible for the tax credit and arguably became the best deal, the best Model Y that you could potentially get. And because of that, Model Y Performance immediately probably sold out. I think at one point there was 60 or 80 Model Y Performance in inventory. And we're going to jump into the inventory levels, of course, in the video. And they're all pretty much gone. I think the last time I checked, there was 2, and they're both in Hawaii. And yeah, completely different story. And then around 8 p.m. PST, Pacific time, 8 p.m., late in the evening, right when I was going to go get some chicken nuggets, Tesla raised the price of the Model Y long range by $1,500 and the Model Y Performance by $1,000. So absolutely insane. And of course, they did a sleight of hand, or maybe not a sleight of hand, but they reduced the price of the Model 3 standard range by $500 as well. And we'll talk a little bit more on the Model 3 standard range later on the video. I found something very, very interesting with the Model 3 standard range. But this brings it to the new pricing: Model Y long range at $54,990, Model Y Performance at $57,990. And let's see if there's any other changes that they did, because the last time they did this, right, they made silver they made silver be $1,000, and then they had the 7 seat, they increased it to $4,000 from $3,000. And let's see if they changed anything with the destination fee. Nope, destination fee is still the same, so they didn't really change anything else. Loan rate still a staggering 5.44%. If you're on the follower of the channel, yesterday we made a comprehensive video of at least 3 to 4 credit unions that you can use, sponsored by Tenet. We're giving away a wall charger on that video as well. Check it out yesterday if you want to beat that Tesla rates. But this video is about Tesla inventory. Inventory is falling because of this craziness of that price of because of all the Teslas becoming eligible for that tax credit. And here we are. So shout out to Matt Jung, .net, for putting together this Tesla inventory site that tracks all the inventory. And you can see right here, right at the bottom, the Tesla Model Y inventory has pretty much gone off a cliff and is selling like hotcakes. We went from 266, and of course we know Tesla manipulates inventory. It's not always true 400 or 266 vehicles out there. There's more vehicles in their stock and inventory. They just don't show it on the website, but they went from 266 readily available on their website down to 114. And if we look at a live view right now, let's hit that refresh to see how many Model Ys. 68 Model Ys actually available in the country, all qualify for that $7,500 tax credit. And so that is really it. Let's see if take a look at some of the trims. Okay, we got one Model Y Performance, not bad. We got 20 long ranges, okay, and 47 all-wheel drive. So this is my recommendation. Oh, this one's in Camarillo, California. This one's close. Blue with black interior, 58990. That's not a bad build. I actually had that same exact Tesla Model Y Performance build with that same color combo and everything. I like the blue. I actually really enjoy the blue. But this is my recommendation. If you've been waiting, if you're trying to get a Model Y or you have an order right now, try and lock one of these down. You want that VIN, because the thing is, you do not want to risk, or at least I would not want you to risk, if you're banking on the $7,500 tax credit, I would not want you to risk taking delivery past into March, because who knows when the IRS and the Treasury are going to release any sort of guidance on this. So be very, very careful, or at least try and take a video. I know it is early in February. Your app might say anywhere from like March 1st to March 31st. So you can certainly gamble on it. At the end of the day, it's your risk tolerance. And if you really want to get that $7,500 tax credit, that's what I would say to do at this point. But inventory has completely it's selling out, that's for sure. It seems like Model Y, I guess it seems like that was the trick. A Model Y that all qualifies for a tax credit, that is basically what it needs to do to be able to sell. So a bunch of these before were all above 55K, and wow, actually there's a couple of these right here, all under 55K. 54990, white with black interior, all these above 55K, all qualify. Wait, that's a lot of them in Lyndhurst, Ohio. That's Merritt, Florida. That's definitely another place that always shows a bunch of inventory. Colma, California. Okay, Bay Area, Kansas City, Missouri. But yeah, definitely check out this site. If you don't know already, take a look and see which Tesla stores around you can have these vehicles, so that you can try and put your name on it. I would even say maybe possibly risk the extra $250 to try and secure one, and then figure out how to get the $250, the original $250 back if you have a separate deposit, because the inventory is hot right now, that's for sure. And Tesla could push your order at any moment. Someone sent me a screenshot yesterday where they had a Tesla order that they were in the queue for, and it got pushed all the way to April. And so let's see if there's any change. Nope, it still looks like Model Y long range is still saying estimate delivery dates March through May of 2023, depending on where you are in the country. And if you switch to performance, it still says February to March. So the higher revenue and profit per vehicle Model Y, they'll deliver to you a lot quicker, I would say, that's for sure. So switching to long range, let's see if we switch it to 7-seater, because that's the one that actually pushes it far out. If you switch it to 7-seater, it could go, and there we are, June of 2023. So the 4-month wait is back for Teslas, and there it is exactly right there. So pretty interesting stuff. I would say Tesla is pretty much, selling out of Tesla Model Ys. And so the price, I mean, it basically work. Once you open up that tax credit, it just makes a lot of sense and brings a lot of these prices down, right? I put a poll yesterday on the channel, like if you were to factor in the $7,500 tax credit into the prices of the Model Y, which one is the best deal? I certainly think like the Model Y Performance essentially is the best value, and maybe not if you don't want to spend that much kind of money. But and then I mean right here, $4,000 difference between a Model Y standard range and a Model Y long range, but an overwhelming 45% said that the Model Y long range is the best deal at the moment. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on which deal you think is the best, or what are you trying to do to try and get a VIN or lock down your VIN? What is your estimated delivery date? Are you still within that March frame? Are you anxious? Are you nervous? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to try and go into a store? And let me know if that works, because I've been recommending for a while now, if you've got a pending order and you don't have a VIN on your account, go into a store and see if they can match you to an incoming inventory. And half of the people half of the people that I'd recommend that to say it works, and then a lot of people in the comments always say that it doesn't work. So I don't know what to believe anymore. But I mean, it doesn't hurt at the end of the day, especially if a Tesla store is pretty close to you. Just drop by, check out one, and just see if they can lock you down on an inventory. But big news, that's for sure. A tax credit works. You flip on a tax credit on a Model Y and it will sell vehicles. But now the question is, now that the Tesla price has been increased like $1,000 to $1,500, where are we going to be? Because, this initial rush is going to do something, right? It's going to have people flock to take some of these vehicles and take delivery. But, that initial rush might taper a little bit, and then people might be like, you know what, it's okay. Like, everybody that qualifies for the tax credit is going to buy a Model Y, and then what? But I mean, of course, there's a ton of people out there that qualify for the tax credit, and there's also probably a ton of people that don't qualify for the tax credit. But let me know your thoughts. We're going to jump into some comments and some questions. But before we get into that, today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple of credit unions on that list that have rates as low as 2.5% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Link down below in the description. But you don't have to do that. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining in yesterday. We hit 10,000 subs yesterday, which is insane to think that we were able to actually get there. So thank you for all the support. Thank you for dropping in the comments, the chats, the like button, everything. It really goes out and support. Like, we've been probably doing an hour or 3 streams a day there were something like that for like 3 months now. So it's been absolutely a crazy ride with Tesla, and hopefully I'm bringing you guys value. I love reading the comments where I hope give you guys the tools and the steps to be able to get the best possible deal on a Tesla. So thank you for that. But let me do a water break, and then we'll get in the comments. I'm going to wait until the craziness cools off. Yeah, that's not a bad strategy, especially if you can wait and be patient on you don't need a vehicle, then might as well. When do you need to submit insurance to Tesla? Anytime. Happy April. Welcome. Alexis, welcome. Sam Park, welcome. Robert, welcome. Let's see. I would have considered an ID4, but there's no heat pump and you have to deal with EA, Electrify America, hard pass. I feel you, that's for sure, on the EA. I've been to a couple of them with some friends that have, Polestars, and it's rough for sure. Greg, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Prices did increase in Canada this time, though we're usually the same. Shows that the 7,500 tax credit that we don't get is what's pushing the sales, not the MSRP. Sales are poor. Yeah, I mean, essentially by Tesla and the IRS and the government approving Model Ys with that MSRP price cap. I mean, the government is basically buying Teslas for everybody. So if you can think of it that way, right? Charles, welcome. Yeah, but it doesn't matter since the Model Y isn't the biggest seller here. Model 3 stand range only one with rebate, unfortunately. Oh, geez. I really wish they reduced the price on it so it would qualify for the rebate. Is that Canada? Gotcha. Sai, hey, welcome. Dennis, when is your Model X video going to come out? I need to film like the B-roll of it. And I've been stalling. I mean, it's just much fun to do these type of streams. Or essentially potentially easier too, but soon. I hope maybe February. Let's put a target goal of February. Nobody wants a Tesla in Ohio, too cold. Yeah, for sure. And battery performance degradation, all that stuff. Lyndhurst is outside Cleveland. Cake, welcome. Thank you. Jonathan, I did see, as he says, he gave me a VIN. Nice. Def Anxious, wish we knew that the cutoff for the change of the EV terms will be. Yeah, I mean, it's a little scary, right? Because the IRS, they made these changes, February 3rd, essentially. So, I mean, we could, if we were to predict like 1 month after March 3rd, like maybe we'll just throw it out there. Like, or what's the first Monday of March? Is that March 3rd? Then maybe that, or maybe the first Thursday. Kevin, picking up mine tomorrow finally. Congrats. Picking up my 2020 Model 3 tomorrow. Nice. Congrats all around. Yeah, welcome to the Tesla club. And once you drive a Tesla, you'll understand why we get so crazy about it, and you'll be hard to drive anything else. We got you, bro. No, thank you. Hey Dennis, when can we get deals on a 2022 used Model Y with full self-driving? Well, that's funny you ask. I actually had someone that scheduled a call with me yesterday, and we were talking about the used deals, and we pretty much isolated on a 2022. If you can get it with full self-driving, well, he showed me a performance that he found with full self-driving, and I said, like, if you can get that for like low, like 50, then that would be a decent deal, because it has a full self-driving. And then if it was like a long range, like 45 with full self-driving, I would say, but full self-driving on the used end is only worth like 2,000 to 3,000 in my opinion. I'm nervous that Tower Federal will take too long to approve. How and what can I do to take delivery ASAP and still use Tower Federal? Will refinancing have an extra charge? Well, that's a great question you asked, and that is one of the topics tonight, actually maybe even this next topic. So let's go through a couple of questions and then we'll jump into that. Just got the VIN, full self-driving 11 coming out next week, and it's Fremont build. Congrats on that. Yeah, Fremont is, from what they say, from what people are reporting back, Fremont is a lot better than Austin. Are they bringing back the sensors? Is the giveaway or USA or residents or Canada only? I think USA. I need to ask Tenet that question and see what they want to do, but most likely USA. Are you going to PPF or vinyl wrap your Cybertruck? Yeah, I don't know, right? Cybertruck, the material looks like the stainless steel on the side and all that stuff. I don't know. We need to figure that out. Will vinyl even stick to that? Like, what's the deal there? I mean, we maybe just keep it silver. I do want a black Cybertruck though, and that would be nice. When do you think is a good time to buy a Model S? I would say right now, maybe like this month of February before tax time or March, like I would say so, but throw some low offers out there. In Quebec, the price cap is 60K, standard range is at 55K. Okay, 67K, not bad. Let's see. Do you think battery regulations will be delayed in March? I don't think so. I think March 3rd is my guess. Anyone worried that the new radar will come out right after this big buying surge? It could. I mean, but Tesla didn't do anything here, right? Like the reason this buying surge happened is not Tesla induced. It's the IRS lifting that cap. If Tesla like dropped another lower price to clear out inventory, like maybe on the Model 3 side, then I would be worried about some newer technology coming out. That's for sure. Would you buy acceleration boost for Model Y long range? Nope, not worth it. Not worth it in my opinion. Have you driven EQS or EQE? If you have, what do you think is compared to Tesla? I have not. I want to. It is on my list. I would love to drive the Mercedes. I almost went to go test drive an EQB because I really think that the EQB is a really good competitor to the Model Y, especially at the old Model Y pricing. Maybe not now anymore. CE user Dennis is the best. No, thank you, CE. Thanks for coming in. I picked up my Tesla Model 3 today. Thanks for Dennis for all the info that you shared on the channel. No, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping that comment, and hopefully it was helpful. Took your advice Friday morning. Bought Model Y Performance for an existing room. Picking up car on Friday. They canceled my previous long range order. Nice. Did they give you a refund, that $250 back, or did they keep it? Any news about our petition? No, nothing yet. No one has reached out about it, unfortunately. Unless it gets like national news, like every publication is like talking about it, then Tesla's just going to try and be like, just sweep it under the rug. Can I change my order once placed with approved finance? Yeah, why not? You perfectly can. Is it too late to order for a Model 3P 7.5 correct? No, you can perfectly get one. It should be fine. But yeah, let's drink some water before we get into our next topic, which should be a good one. Or all topics are good, right? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about if you just bought your Tesla, you should do this now. And what I mean by doing this now is you should refinance your Tesla. If you paid a higher rate, if you use Tesla financing at 5.44%, I'm going to give you the exact instructions to refinance your Tesla and get a lower rate on your Tesla so that you can save your money. Someone just asked this comment or asked this question in the chat. So this is a perfect segue into that. This should be a quick video. This goes along great with our video yesterday where I gave you all the credit unions that have, well, not all, I gave you 3 or 4 credit unions that have really good rates. And so if you're on the cusp of buying a Tesla, or if you've just bought a Tesla, or even if you're locked to a time locked, like if Tesla tells you next week that you have to buy your Tesla, no if, and buts or whats, sometimes you just have to use Tesla financing because they're quicker for approval. And if you do that, then you have to refinance at another credit union to get that lower rate. So I'm going to give you the steps to do that. So if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. And so let's take a look at this. So this is the reason why. So if you need to use Tesla financing, that's perfectly okay, because sometimes Tesla will force you into making you take delivery of a Tesla. Like you just, on some of these credit unions, some of them are fast, most of them are slow, but either way, at the end of the day, you can't like instantly get financing like you can with Tesla financing. Like literally Tesla financing can get you approved with same day, but a credit union, you're kind of, at the whim of their process, like going back and forth, approvals, paperwork, and all that stuff. And so you got to be aware of that. But let's say worst case scenario, you have to use Tesla financing. It's 5.44%. Hopefully you don't keep that long for the loan for that long. But the beautiful thing with financing options or car loans is you're only charged interest as you keep the loan. So it really, as you keep every month that you're paying, you get tacked on interest day by day or week or month or whatever the case may be. So you're not actually they're not charging you this full 5.44% on the full loan and they just load it up onto your loan. That's not how it works at all. And so once you take delivery, usually with Tesla financing, what happens is they usually pair you up with a Wells Fargo, a Chase, or Bank of America. But actually, most recently, they are starting to do Tesla financing deals themselves. So like Tesla Finance LLC, where you'll have the payments and all that stuff within your app and you pay directly. And so if you're going to do refinancing, you're not necessarily rushed to, try and find a rate up front. So this is where I can strongly recommend Tower Federal Credit Union. And this is why. This is the lowest rate so far. It's proven by people that watch the channel. And a lot of people have good feedback, but they are slow. We talked about the Tower Federal Credit Union in yesterday's video, where we're also giving away a Tesla wall charger. Check it out. But the rates right here, you can see it: 2.99 for 60 months, 3.49 for 72 months. And this is great for also refinancing as well. But the caveat here, and this is why it's great for refinancing, is because Tower is slow. They take anywhere from 14 to 20 days. I think last time I heard someone was quoted a 20-day turnaround. That could be even a business turnaround. So, be patient with them. You can call to follow up. I do recommend calling after you apply and all that stuff to check in, and then maybe every other day. Don't annoy them, right? So don't call them every other day or once a week to try and follow up. But you can use these rates for refinancing as well if you need to use Tesla financing. And how to join? Well, glad you asked. Super easy. All you have to do is go to Tower Cares Foundation, donate with the $35, you become immediately eligible, and then apply afterwards as well. There's of course a ton of other credit unions that you can also do this with also a bunch of low rates. Check out yesterday's video where we went over 2 or 3 more. That actually one of them had a 2.5% rate. And if you don't even want to do that, there's a Patreon link down below in the description where you can join my Patreon, where you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions that I recommend, 6 or 7 of them that all have low rates that are all pretty much easy to join, except one of them where you have to be in a certain area, but it's definitely super easy. But now let's go into like, what's the process of this, right? Like you just bought your car, you use Tesla financing or whatever, and this is the exact process on how to refinance. So the first one is you got to figure out where your current lien holder is. And what that means is what bank is currently financing your Tesla. It could be Bank of America, Chase, or even Tesla financing themselves. And what you have to do is you have to figure out your payoff. So if you bought a Model 3 for $55,000 or a Model Y for $55,000, there's taxes, fees, and all that stuff probably looped into it. So it's going to be some funky number like $56,341 is your payoff. You have to get that data because when you apply for the credit union or the Tower Federal Credit Union, you have to tell them how much your payoff is. Tower has to then take a look at the deal, your income, your credit, all the asset, of course, the Model Y that they're essentially buying, and they have to make sure that you're approved in their system with that. And then once you do that, you're gonna, Tower is going to ask for documents like registration. They're gonna ask for a payoff statement from the other bank, and essentially they tell you exactly what to do after that. But definitely, I can see how this could be a confusing part, but there's really the best part, the beauty of all this is there's no extra interest on this. You're not like paying all that 5.44% interest. You're not paying any of that up front. And there's usually no fee for this either. If there's any fee, maybe it's like a $10, $20 like paperwork fee or whatever, because at the end of the day, this is what Tower wants. They want that loan from you so that they can charge you the 3% interest. They can hopefully get you as an account, a checking holder account, and all that stuff, because that's like customer acquisition to them. So that's why they do this. That's why they offer low rates, because they want more customers to get into their ecosystem so that they can hopefully, get you a home loan. They can get you checkings accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, all the shebang at the end of the day. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's clear as day, or clear as mud, as they like to call it. And also, if you want to check out yesterday's video, we are giving away a wall connector sponsored by Tenet. Check it out. Link down below in the description. I think I put it there. But we're giving a wall connector to celebrate the 10,000 subs. So thank you all of you for supporting and watching in these past 3 months as we've gone on this crazy Tesla roller coaster ride, as I like to call it. But before we get into the comments and some of the questions, because I know there's going to be a bunch of questions on this. This video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link, so check it out. All right, water break. No, they kept the 250 feet. So there's a way to get that back, but I only give it to Patreon members because I don't want that method out there. So but there's a way. I've gotten it back twice. Adelphi was very fast, got approved in a day. There you go. Dropping some knowledge. I love it. I love it. Thanks for the comment. I'm leaning heavily on Adelphi. Yeah, Adelphi's good. Higher rates, of course, but yeah. JC, yo, welcome. Has anyone... Uh-oh, my phone just restarted over here. That's never a good sign, is it? Oh, no. Hopefully it's not power cycling. Has anyone used Gold Coast and found out how long the loan is for 2.949%? Yeah, let me know. I'm actually curious. Hey, Dennis, new Y or used X? I wish I got a new Model Y Performance, actually. All right, but yeah. Oh, that's weird. My phone just I guess it was just, oh no, it's charging. Hold on, let me charge this. I've had bad luck with phones recently. Like my iPhone bricked. So let me go ahead and plug this into it because it's on this wireless MagSafe charging. What the? Oh, okay. All right. Are those interest rates fixed? What if I have no major credit history? Ooh, that is tough. Interest rates are fixed, yes, but it's based upon approval. It could go, it's fixed, but your approval rate could be higher or higher. And if you don't have major credit history, so you're saying you don't have major auto loan history, that could be a tough one. That's for sure. Usually when that's the case, they'll want 10 to 20% down, or my recommendation is after you buy the Tesla and use Tesla financing, pay 6 months, because that's what they want to see. They want to see 6 months of back-to-back payments that should show that you can pay a loan and then refinance. The best way is to buy Model Y, and then if prices go back up, sell to Tesla or dealerships to make a little bit more money and still get the Uncle Sam said $500 tax credit. Yes, that was a strategy in the past few years because the last tax credit was stackable. I'm not sure that this new IRA tax credit is stackable. I think it's a one-time thing, but please correct me if I'm wrong because that would be nice for sure. Very, very nice. Yeah, that'd be nice for sure. But yeah, big news for sure. Just talking on, if you're just jumping in, we are on our second topic, but the first topic, Model Y inventory is selling out. You can see right here this chart from mattjung.net. The inventory is getting low, that's for sure. If you are waiting on the fence, if you're trying to buy one, go to waitingfortesla.com, great third-party aggregator site. You can see all the different inventory that's out there, and there's only 63 Model Ys right now. So the inventory is starting to go fast. No, you can get it every year. Then there's a strategy. Should just got a model. Well, now I'm like, shoot, should I just buy a Model Y standard range just so I can get a tax credit? And then prices are going to go up, right? I mean, they essentially are. So Bobby, hey Dennis, any risk downside to taking Tesla financing for a few months, then paying off the car, waiting to receive the proceeds of my car first? No risk at all. And 5% is, it's tough, but as long as you don't keep that 5% all the way for 60, 72 months, then it's really not that bad. If you could try and do 6 months so that it hits your credit and makes your credit looks good, that you seem like a person that can handle car loans, and then pay it off. But not financial advice, I guess. Chicken nuggets for dinner tonight, Dennis? Just kidding. I think that was just a joke. I actually we did not have chicken nuggets last night. What do we have? We had Wingstop, which I guess is the same thing. But yeah. Not buying into the FOMO. Okay, I like that. I have delivery on my Model Y long range extended day 2 weeks earlier and then and now I have to make a decision on PPF. What should I be paying? Full car matte white PPF ceramic? Full car PPF, that's expensive, anywhere from $5,000, $6,000 to $7,000. Ceramic, $500 to $1,000. What do you think prices will be like for 2023 period? I think prices, Model Y, it seems like the demand point is certainly there at 50,000 or 52,000. So it's going to go up and then kind of hover at like 55 because I think what people want is that high 40K Model Y because of the tax credit. So I think it'll just kind of bounce around in this like 50s range. 60 is just too high. Like when you put a 6 in front, that's a whole nother ball game in my opinion. Only U.S. citizens and people with green cards are eligible for Tower Federal Credit Union. Yeah, and I think Adelphi is a little bit more lenient on that. So yeah, definitely check out Adelphi. Oh, and I love Pee Wee Herman. Oh, very, very nice. Daniel, welcome. Thanks for all the comments, Daniel, on the videos. Sorry, flippers, you can't take money from Uncle Sam multiple times. 1 filing per person per year. Okay, so then that's not bad. Yeah, there's people through like 2021, 20 that would do like, I know one person that knows in person that did like 4 or 5 like Jeep 4XEs and Taycons. So it's definitely there. Because essentially you could negate your whole entire federal tax bill. Like if you're a higher earner, I mean, in the past, but now since there's that 150 cap and 300 cap, then I guess you can't really do that at all. What do you think is more worth, Model 3 long range or Model Y long range? That's a great question. Because the Model 3 long range right now is Model Y long range is 54,990. Model 3 long range is 49 or 50,000. So $4,000 or $5,000 more, but you get a bigger car, SUV like, and all that stuff. I would say Model Y long range. Is PPF or ceramic better for blue Model Y? It depends. If you are keeping a car for 4 to 5 years, I would say, and you live in an area like there's a bunch of snow, winter elements and all that stuff, then PPF. But if you are, if you don't drive a lot, then ceramic is perfectly fine as well. I always do ceramic. PPF, I'm like hesitant always because it's a sizable investment. That's for sure. How will these price fluctuations affect the used Tesla car market after reaching a level low? You know what? I think used prices have hit their low and they will start to trickle up as like they're not going to fall even more. Like they will keep falling because used cars keep falling, but like they're not going to take huge drops anymore. They're kind of just going to stable now. And what's really weird is like some of the auction values are like, okay, a brand new Model Y long range is what, 50, it was 52,990, maybe even 53,500, right? But in the auction, they're still going for like 48, 49. So that means dealers out there still think that they can buy it for 48, 59 and then sell it for 51, 52, which is only a slight discount from a brand new one, but then there's a tax credit. I don't know. There's this weird thing with used ones because I guess people that don't qualify for the tax credit just look at a used one that's $4,000 less and they think, oh, that's a great deal. And so use will have demand. That's for sure. Dennis, great talking to you. Tesla rep says I should be able to take delivery on February 12th. Nice. Congrats. And were you able to lock that early delivery yourself, or it was just like the automated system that said February 12th? Like, did you go into a store and were able to do that, or call them or whatever? Or yeah, that's what we're trying to find out. C. Kennedy. It took Tower Federal about 2 weeks to process my membership app, let alone the car loan app. So plan accordingly. Yes, Tower Federal is slow, 2 to 3 weeks to 14 to 20 days. That's for sure. So definitely be aware of that. But that's why I think it's great for refinancing, because you have all the time when you're refinancing essentially. Do you think when the standard range Model Y is available for custom order, would the price go down or would it stay the same? I know Tesla is very unpredictable, especially lately. Yeah, that's the thing, right? With all those increases yesterday, the Model Y long range going up $1,500, the Model Y performance going up $1,000, Model Y all-wheel drive stayed flat at a base price of $50,990. So I think they're trying to create this spread where, you know, you have the Model Y all-wheel drive at $50,990, Model Y long range at $54,990, so $4,000 more, and then the Model Y performance at $57,990. So really only a $7,000 spread from performance to all-wheel drive. Not bad. How is the petition doing? That's a great question. Let's pull it up. Everybody go to change.org/Tesla refund. If you bought a Tesla last year and you've, we feel like Tesla should do something for everybody that paid a higher price, because there's a lot of people out there that have a bad taste about Tesla right now that have said, I will not buy another Tesla again. I really feel like Tesla should take this opportunity and give something to those buyers out there that have paid a higher price to get them more excited about the brand. And the easiest way to do that is give them features, full self-driving, EAP, supercharging. They should give something to those people that paid a higher price, because they're just going to go out and badmouth Tesla about that. So definitely check it out if you want to support, change.org/Tesla refund. And we've got 7,300 signatures. Absolutely insane. We're almost at 7,500. It says right here at 7,500 signatures, the petition will likely get a reaction. So we are almost there. This was featured on Business Insider. Shout out to them. Featured on Wall Street Journal. Shout out to them. But still no response from Tesla at this point. And I've added Elon, but post this on Twitter and at Elon yourself so that as well, so that we can try and get some sort of response. The $250 order fee was for my original order is being credited to my current reservation. Okay, good. I like that. Let's say I don't need the extra space, just purely on range and price only, Model 3 long range or Model Y long range, then I would say just get the Model 3 long range, then save yourself $4,000 and spend it on PPF, ceramic, tint, all that stuff. I just thought about PPF, but it costs too much. Probably just put a ceramic coat. Yeah, PPF, it's an investment, that's for sure. Unless you get some sort of like combination deal with like PPF, ceramic, and all that stuff, then I would just say get ceramic. Definitely at a minimum, get ceramic, and I always do tint. But in ceramic, if you pay anywhere from like $500 to $1,000, PPF you can pay anywhere from like $1,500 to $2,000. Maybe a combo deal at $2,000. You never know. It doesn't hurt to ask, right? Should we stick with Tesla recommended charging installing companies, or can we use outside electrician? I go to Yelp. I'm actually hopefully we'll get an installer next week to install a charger, and of course there's going to be a video all about it. Which color is better, white or midnight silver for Model Y long range? Midnight silver, white. They're both the same to me. Personally, I like the midnight silver more. Exactly. Well, I would say do whatever can get you a quicker Tesla. If you want DIY, Tesla Bros has a full front PPF kit on sale right now for $800. Were you sponsored to say that? But yeah, I don't know if I can trust myself with DIY, especially with PPF. I have a Model Y all-wheel drive order and a Model Y performance order. Which one should I keep? Also, do you know if there is a way to transfer my order fee? I didn't know I could switch from standard range to performance. Depends on the Tesla advisor that you get, whoever you're talking to. Some seem like they can have more power or they can figure out a way for you. And then some just tell you to pound sand. Ordered January 30th and delivery on February 8th. Nice. Congrats. I placed an order. They say available in inventory neighboring states. So I reserved a second Model Y long range. The rep then had me cancel my order and then credit my reservation with the original credit. Nice. Very nice. Dennis, when is your delivery video coming out? That's a great question. I got to film like more steps to it, the B-roll and all that stuff. Sorry, Paul, okay. Yeah, we actually already did this morning, Paul, but thank you, Paul. Thank you. I hope he's probably jumping in right now. And that was the big news this morning. Tesla Model 3 for $349 a month. Lease, caveat is the lease. It could be a good deal, but it came out for sure. But I don't think that's going to do anything to Tesla Model 3 inventory. But yeah, we're just hanging out now. Thanks for joining, guys. I love answering you guys' questions. Hopefully I can be helpful. We talked so far about Model Y inventory going off a cliff. It is selling. Spoiler alert. If you make it eligible for a $7,500 tax credit, people will buy. Easy enough, right? We love deals. We love buying Teslas at good prices. And we love getting absolutely great financing rates. Check out yesterday's video if you want the hack on how to get the best financing on your Tesla. Shout out to Tenet for sponsoring the giveaway on that. We're giving a Tesla wall connector, steps in that video on how to do it. Plus, there's just a lot of good, hopefully there's a lot of good information in that video as well. A bunch of credit unions, 3 or 4 of them with really good low rates. But if you don't want to go hunting, there is a Patreon link down below in the description that when you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions that I recommend, which has all the best rates out there and also easy to join with certain steps that you have to jump through. All right, so we've done 2 topics. Ooh, this next topic is going to get a lot of interest, that's for sure. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about how to get 1.75% APR financing on a Tesla. Yes, it exists. Yes, it is actually out there. It's actually pretty interesting because it kind of goes in line with what was just shared. So it exists. You have to do it a certain way. Maybe it's not going to be applicable to most of you out there, but it does exist. And so let's highlight it. Let's talk about it. And what does this actually means? If you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. Spoiler, it is on the Model 3, not the Model Y. I know a bunch of you just said, oh, darn. But the Model 3, and what happened recently or yesterday is that the Model 3 came out with this $349 a month lease. Before that, it was at $399. Before that, it was at $449. And before that, it was $499 a month. And what's really interesting with this is once you jump down to the details of the lease, it's $4,500 months down, 36 months, it's $349 right here. And if you change it to 24 months, it's still $351. So this is to quickly summarize this, I think this is a good option for someone that, is really pressed on technology and wants like hardware 4, Project Highland, all that stuff. This is a good 2-year lease. You could wait it out until the new Model 3 comes out, and then you can dump this one and give it right back to Tesla because you want that new hot Tesla. But this is where the lease actually breaks down, and this is where this 1.72% APR actually lives. So if you take a look at the details here, base price that they just reduced yesterday by $500, 43,490, 10,000 miles, 36 months, $4,500 down payment, and a low, absolutely staggering low. This is like 2021, 2022, 2020, 2019 low. I've never seen rates this low, but 1.72% on a lease. And how are they getting there? I have a hunch that Tesla financing, because when you finance or once you lease through the actual OEM, I think the captive is what it's called, the captive lender or Tesla financing gets that $7,500 tax credit from the government. And most OEMs like BMW, Audi, Mercedes, I think, BMW for sure, will then pass that $7,500 credit to you as like a line-by-line discount off of the deal. But I guess Tesla is doing something a little bit differently. They're using that money, probably not all of it, but not the full $7,500, but they're buying down the rate on the lease. And that's how they're able to get to that low $349 a month payment. But I don't think this is enough. I think Tesla, maybe has to get to like a 1%. I mean, but no one's like us, right? No one's like us where we go into the exact details of the actual lease and look at like the 1.72% APR and be like, oh, that's great. But no one's like that. So what people do look at is look at the monthly payment, right? They look at the purchase price, they look at how the deal is actually structured there. And so I think they need to show a $299 month lease, because once it starts with the 2, people get, like, oh, what is that? But now that it starts with like a 349, it's like whatever, in my opinion. Or they have to get to below $40,000. I think if they can get to a price of $39,999, and then you factor in the tax rate, it's like a low $33,000 or $32,000 car. That's where I think Tesla will be able to sell vehicles. And because, spoiler alert, Tesla has, a slight issue right here. There's 309 Tesla Model 3s in inventory in stock, and this number just doesn't change. It still stays in that 300 to 400 every single day. And you can see even right now, there's a demo 2023 that's red with black interior. Red costs more, but it has a $2,330 discount. If we take a look at some of the inventory charts for the Model 3, they're still up there as well. Like, I don't think they've fallen at all. And so I really feel like Tesla needs to do something to try and, all the focus is on the Model Y right now, right? Model Y was the slick deal. And even someone just asked earlier how, like, should they spring $4,000 for the Model Y? I don't think that spread is enough. It needs to be bigger. And I think the only way to do that is, raise the price of the Model Y, which they're doing, or decrease the price of the Model 3. I think the Model 3 standard range needs to start with a 3, and that's the thing, that the Model 3 standard range has been in that price range before. If we take a look at what the range or the starting price of the Model 3 standard range started at when it first came out, was $37,000. It trickled up to like $40,000, maybe back down to $37,000. So it's in their striking range. They've done it before in the past, so why not bring it back if they can to sell some cars? But we're not saying that Tesla will do this right away, but I can certainly expect, as I predict, that Tesla will raise the price from the Model Y long range $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 at a time, as they've done, because you can take a look at here. This is in the price history chart. You can see itemized every single time, $500 increase, $500 increase, $1,000, $2,000 increase, all the way up as it went up to like 56, 57. The biggest price increase on the Model Y long range was a $3,000 price increase. So Tesla's got that in their arsenal. They've done it before in the past. They can easily do it again if they want to. But going to the Model 3 side, it's a little bit of a different story. 500, 1,000 on all stuff. So they probably won't do it right away. They'll probably trickle down 500 at a time just to test the market, right? See if Model 3 standard range will actually sell. But it's super interesting that they are able to come out with a 1.72% APR. Absolutely insane. I think I need to make a post about about this and highlight because no, that's unheard of at this point. The best rate right now is 2.5%. Down below in the description, or check out yesterday's video if you want to figure out how to get there. But the best rate right now is 2.5%, showing a 1.72%. That needs to be highlighted more so that they can sell more vehicles. And the funny thing with this is that it's only on the Model 3 standard range. If you switch to long range, 5.9%. Switch to performance, 6.12%. Switch to Model Y, 5.97%. Performance, 5.69%. So they're literally using the $7,500 tax credit. That's my speculation. That's my guess, to push down the lease payments and to get that down to a low $349 or $351 payment. So my question to you is, do you think this is a good deal? Do you think it also needs to start with a $299? I'm talking about that monthly lease payment. Are you considering leasing now? Because I really think like it only makes sense if you absolutely want that Model 3 Highland, but you need a car right now. Just do a 2-year lease, ride it out, use it as a daily driver. Give it back to Tesla. Say Tesla, take your trash back. I don't want the old Model 3, and then move on to the next one. So hopefully that makes sense. But crazy stuff. 1.72%. That's for sure. But yeah, let's jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including some interest rates as low as 2.5% all the way up to 4% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check it out. And as an added benefit for Patreon members, I respond to all DMs or direct messages in the Patreon app for any questions that you have that you want to ask, and I respond pretty promptly. So and I do that as a benefit for the Patreon members. But let's jump into some of the comments. But if you're just joining in, I know the thumbnail says about Model Y inventory, but that was the first thing we talked about. And spoiler alert, Model Ys are selling out. If you don't know what to do, go to waitingfortesla.com, try and find one. Maybe even consider switching to Model Y standard range, because that might be the move. If you are locked in, you need a car and you need that $7,500 tax credit. Is ceramic coat and tint good enough for SoCal living mostly highway driving? This is for Tesla Model 3. Do we need tint on the roof as well? I've tinted the roof before. You definitely could do it because the Model 3 the roof does not block UV rays. So if you're someone that does not like the UV rays and all that stuff, then you could do it. But if you're in SoCal, go see OC Tint Solutions. Ask for Jason, he's the owner, and ask for the Dennis YouTube deal. I've brought 3 of my past Teslas there. Great, really good work. They've tinted a bunch of Teslas, so like all the electronics, and you gotta make sure it's all safe. And if you don't believe me, go to their Yelp reviews, 5-star reviews. And I've made 2 videos on the channel. You can check it out. Just search like Tint SoCal or Tint DennisCW. Yeah, you can see that how it actually went. What are the chances of getting Model Y long range 7-seat if the estimated delivery is Feb 25 to March 31st? 7-seat? That's tough because you could easily get pushed. I think someone was talking to me and they showed me a screenshot of their Model Y 7-seat getting pushed all the way to April. So tough. I got my Model Y on January 20th. Thank you for all the information you provided. God bless. Congrats. And now, as an added bonus, you now qualify for the tax credit, which is sick because I don't know if should I make a video about that, guys? Because I'm not sure if everybody knows that people that bought it from January to now, even though the IRS didn't release that qualification, most likely all those vehicles are now eligible. Like if you bought on January 12th, you are now also eligible for the tax credit, as long as you yourself are eligible for the tax credit. I don't like that my order date hasn't changed since I upgraded to performance. So the picture finally changed, but delivery still the same. Ooh, that could be tough. Yeah, just maybe reach out to your local Tesla center and see what's coming in. There are lots of good DIY ceramic products for $70 to $150. Yeah, but the other thing with like getting a shop to do the ceramic for you is that they do paint correction. They take out all the swirls, which I actually don't like the swirls, before they put on the ceramic. Yeah, I mean, yes, you could buy your own buffer and the compounds and all that stuff, but I don't trust myself with that kind of stuff. When do we get service advisors? Never. That's the fun world of Tesla. Do you think keeping 2 Model Y orders might be a good to have to possibly resell one of them? And it seems like Tesla will start increasing the price of the Model Y. So, I've been banned technically from Tesla because I was labeled as a flipper. So I wouldn't recommend that. No sponsor LA. You've just been watching PPF DIY videos on YouTube. I just signed the petition, gave the $8. Hope that gains traction. Oh, yeah, I was just kidding. I was just messing with you. But yeah, test bros. I'm actually on their email list, so I see all their stuff. What's the best bank to finance with the best APR? Please, fire emoji. Check out the links below down in the description, or check out yesterday's video with the giveaway. There you go. Or if you check out the Patreon, the answers are given right to you immediately after you sign up, if you're too lazy. Why do all Model Y all-wheel drives have 20-inch induction wheels? Why are they giving, why are they free? Are they free? They're not free, because the Model Y all-wheel drive is $50,000, 50990, so it's not free. Model Y Performance with white on white colors. Do you recommend any other color combos on Model Y Performance? I had the blue. I love the blue. If I had to do it again, I've always wanted a black Tesla. I've always wanted a black with white interior Tesla, and it's just elusive. There's just never, the stars have never aligned, because you know me, I'm not going to go on and just order one and pay the full price. If whenever I buy, I look for the demo discount, whether it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, you know, I want to make sure I buy correctly. And so there's just never been a white interior one. And I guess that's the thing. Like white interior is just too in demand. Should we wait to order to see if we get any info on HD Radar? It's supposed to be February 7th. Yeah, I mean, you can always wait. If you don't need a car, might as well. 1.75? Yeah, exactly. It exists. I love Tenet, but they offer loan lower than other credit unions. Yeah, Tenet is only good if you're looking for that certain strategy of the lowest, absolute lowest monthly payment. I would say if you do use Tenet, and you defer that $7,500 tax credit, Tenet link down below in the description. You can then, once you get the tax credit back, pay off the Tenet and then refinance the whole thing with the credit union. That's my strategy. I would say that's what I would do. But of course, Tenet might not like that I say stuff like that. Where do you guys find these nice Tesla advisors that will refund order fees? Yeah, me too. That's why I want to know. I'm willing to bet dimes to nickels Tesla lowers the price of the Model 3 standard range before July 2023. Yeah, 100%. As the Model Y increases, Model 3 standard range will decrease. That is for sure. And I bet it happens at the same time for both. K-Downs. Hey, Dennis, great job. I have a Model Y Performance on order. I have an 18 Model 3 Performance. Would you hold on trading the M3? Yeah, I would say wait, because we're going to get into this tax season time, March, April, where used car prices are going to stabilize and go up. So it doesn't really hurt for you to sell it now. I would say wait a month or two. And actually, that's our next video. So I like that. Maybe we'll just get into it. We'll just get into it as well. So I'll leave it on the screen because it's a perfect segue. So, oh wait, no, it's gone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about are used Tesla prices rising? Have we bottomed in the market? What some macro features or what some macro elements could be affecting it? We're going to take a look at a tweet that I found from our favorite tweeter about the used car market, and maybe we can take a look as well on some of the, well, we can't because the auctions are closed, but you know, we can look at some of the data out there to see if prices have stabilized and come back up on the used side. And so shout out to everybody that's looking for a used Tesla to try and get that best deal. And if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. And thank you to K Downs for the topic. Hey Dennis, great job on should I sell or trade in my Model 3? Well, absolutely. If you're going to trade in, do not trade it into Tesla. Try and sell it to another dealer. That's my recommendation. But let's get into the video. So of course, shout out to Car Dealership Guys, where it's, I got this video idea from. But here's the quote: used car prices are continuing their fast and unexpected rise. Fast and unexpected rise. Sales conversions at the world's largest dealer auction has skyrocketed. 3 weeks ago, 66%, 2 weeks ago, 69%, last week, 69.6%, 13-month high. Basically, what this means is, quote, dealers are paying up to acquire inventory even more than last year. And if we think about this, this makes sense, right? We're coming off of December, which is Christmas time. It's always traditionally a slow buying time for the used side. And then January, Everybody essentially spent all their Christmas money. No one's buying it. And there's winter elements and weather elements as well that could also stunt sales. And now we're into March. It's getting warmer in California. Other places, probably not so much yet. But where we're heading into is March, April time. And what is March, April time? Well, it's tax season, when people actually get their refund checks back, when they get, an extra $1,000 to $4,000. And what do they want to do? Well, they want to spend that money onto financing and buying another car, or buying or replacing their car. And so we see it right now with the Tesla sales. People are, of course, this is a slightly different thing because there's a new incentive to buy a Tesla now, but that's essentially what dealers are doing on the auction side. They're buying up inventory to be able to sell them in March or April, because the prices will start to, and I think this is where like prices will stabilize in this February, March time. So if you're selling a Tesla, it might be might be a little bit better to wait like another couple of weeks. If you're buying a Tesla though, this is probably the time to buy. Maybe even end of February if you're working with the dealer, because dealers work in monthly cycles. So you throw out that low ball offer to them and see if they'll play ball in that last like fourth week of the month, see if they'll take that offer. But taking a look at Car Gurus, we can see all the different price trends of all the different brands out there. And what Car Gurus does is they track the listed retail price. And you can see right here, Tesla Model 3 down 19% in the past 90 days, 16.89 for the Model S, 15.35, 17.04. And I guess, do we see a slight little bump here? Probably not. It still seems to be trending down, that's for sure. But what my strategy is, if you're trying to buy a used Tesla, I specifically only go after private sellers, because they don't have necessarily a purchase price whereas like a dealer just bought it from wherever and they need to resell it for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more. And I just throw out as many offers as possible until you find someone that is motivated to sell and that will work with you on trying for you to buy the car at the end of the day. And so in terms of what price I always look to do is I always just try and come in a little bit higher than wholesale. So I try to figure out what the wholesale market is, and I just offer a little bit more than that. There is one good site. I don't know if their algorithms are updated yet, but this good site is Car Buyer USA. You can basically throw in any Tesla that you're interested in, put it into this system here, and it'll spit out a number for what they would buy it for, which is basically wholesale. So let's say you're interested in a Tesla Model Y 2022 Tesla Model Y long range with 10,000 miles. You just hit the click offer, and they would pay for $46,000. So I would say anywhere from 45 to 48. That's the deal. But add like $2,000 or $3,000 more on top of that. Hopefully that makes some sense. But just making this video because it seems like used Tesla prices might start to rise, or the market will be stabilizing. So just be aware of that. But yeah, let's jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description. But more on that, check it out. Is it possible to give someone else my Tesla order by changing the info on my Tesla account to the other person's info and giving my account to the other person? I have a complete registration info. So it is possible, as long as nothing is filled out, delivery address and all that stuff. But Tesla is trying to put a lock on that. So don't be afraid. They might delete your account essentially at the end, or delete your reservation number. Which Tesla is the cheapest that qualify for the $7,500 tax credit? Well, the cheapest is the cheapest, the Model 3 standard range. Best auto loan rates right now. Well, check out the link, or check out yesterday's video. Shout out to Tenet for sponsoring. If you want to check it out, that has we went over 3 or 4 credit unions that have low rates. And if you're too lazy to do that, check out the Patreon link down below in the description, where after you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions that I use to get the best possible deal, as well as all these other links that get you the best deal on a Tesla. Jet Falcon, I put order for Model Y Performance and it went up $1,000 after 1 hour purchase. Congrats, you made $1,000-ish. For those of us who ordered a Model Y in late January, do you think we'll get our Teslas before March? Yeah, I would say so. Hopefully you live near a factory and you should be able to get it. Which lease Tesla qualified for $7,500 tax credit? None, unfortunately. Unfortunately, none. It's qualified for a 7,500 tax credit, but the Tesla Model 3 standard range lease has a 1.75% APR. Trent, a reserved a Model 3 rental from Hertz in Fort Lauderdale next week. Not sure I'm going to take due to $48 hotel valet only. That's insane. I've not done I want to do a Tesla rental from Hertz, but I haven't done it yet. And I actually always rent from Hertz. Yang, yo, welcome. Just ordered a low mile 2020 Model 3 with EAP for amazing price. Saved over 20K over knew what the spec would cost me new. Can't wait. What price did you get? Hopefully like what? 30,000? Thank God I picked up my performance model, but Dennis, please tell me good news. I qualified for the IRS tax credit. Picked up January 28th of January. Yes. It seems like I have to look at the rules exactly, but it's retro because as long as you bought it in 2023, the Tesla sales cap was limited and all vehicles within that first quarter, all Model Ys within the first quarter is eligible because the 80K price cap is lifted. So everybody that took delivery of a Model Y Performance first quarter, congratulations to you. Everybody that took delivery of a Model Y long range at the low price, congratulations to you as well. Is the used inventory prices going up for used Tesla? I have VW eGolf. I think so. Yeah, it's going to start trickling up a little bit, or at least stabilize. It won't go any lower because it makes sense. There's a lot of demand for Teslas in that 25, 35, 30 to 35K range. We'll take a look at the auction data maybe this week to see if dealers are still paying. Because last we checked, dealers were paying like $48,000 to $47,000 for a 1-year-old Tesla Model Y when a brand new one was $30,000 at the time. Buying a used Model 3 long range 2022, 15,000 miles on it for $41,000. That's not bad. I mean, if you factor in the tax credit, that's a $43,000, $44,000 car. And so you're basically getting like 10% depreciation. That's not bad. It's okay. I would love to be like 40 or 39, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ordered my Model Y was weekend. Yes. I have Model 3 delivery scheduled for Saturday. Should I wait? No, take delivery. You should. If you think $70,000 Model Y Performance is on the menu soon, no, that was. I don't think it's ever going to get that high. I more so think we're going to see $1,500, maybe $1,000 increases every other week until the backlog pans out. Man, I feel for Alexis right now. Yeah, she's not going to be happy yet. I think the time to buy is now before we get into spring because people have spring fever. Then we get into summer. Summer has summer fever. And so prices will stabilize. But at the end of the day, used car prices will always go down, right? Because as new ones come out, as the 2024 Teslas start to come out later, maybe even October, then the older ones will start to go down. Your videos are very informative. Ordered my Model Y Performance before price went up. Nice. Thank you. Thanks for dropping that comment and congratulations to you. Hopefully you take delivery before March because that's where it gets a little iffy. That's for sure, right? Because if you don't take it, IRS and Treasury could at any point change this. It says right that changed during March 2023. And so but the worst case is what? We lose half of the tax credit because the tax credit is $7,500. It's broken down into two parts, $3,750 and the other $3,750, $3,750. And it's broken in by critical battery minerals, where they come from, and battery components, where they're manufactured. And so worst case scenario, I mean, at least from what industry rumor is, Tesla Model Y would only qualify for half. And so you basically lose $3,750 for the potential discount. White or black seats, have you regretted one color or over the other? I've yet to have white interior. It's kind of like a running joke in my head, I guess. I've always wanted the white interior, but it just has not lined up. I'm on my fourth Tesla now, and it's another black interior. Ordered my Model Y last week. Can't wait to win my charger. No one enter, please. LOL. Yeah, exactly. And if you're confused on what he is talking about, yesterday we did a celebration credit union stream in which in which we sponsored or partnered with Tenet because Tenet is giving away a Tesla wall charger of unspeakable value. It's this one right here. And the instructions on how to actually win that charger, or the one person that will actually win, is going to come from this video right here. It's titled Do This Now, Best Tesla Financing Rates. And hopefully this video is really informative, because in that video, I give you the steps. I give you the secret sauce, which credit unions to use. There's 3 or 4 of them on that video out of the 7 that I have on my Patreon link. And I give you on how to actually set it up, what process to go through it, and the rates that they actually have. And spoiler alert, one of those credit unions on that list have a rate at it was either 2.5 or 2.9, but check it out. And on that video, I'll give you instructions on how to potentially win a Tesla wall charger. Shout out to Tenet for sponsoring that video. Tenet. Oh, there they are. Hi, Tenet. Link down below in the description. Since Model 3 standard range just went down by 500, should I cancel my delivery for this weekend? Well, you should get it adjusted, no? Unless you have a Model 3 long range. Is it too late? I don't feel like living in Texas. Probably is it? Yes. No. Can reservation numbers be transferred to other accounts? No. You have to literally give the next person your account. Anton, any word on Tesla models qualifying for 7,500 credit for 2023 tax filing? Yes. All of them. No. But all Model 3 and Model Y qualify for the $7,500 tax credit at 2023. Or you mean like this? I'm confused. If you bought a Tesla this year, if you bought a Model 3 or Model Y this year, then you qualify when you file for your taxes in 2024. Sum it up. I hope a Tesla adjusts prices for not delivering on time. Also, they might see mass cancellations after March if they don't. Yeah, 100%. That's why I feel like if Tesla loses half of that tax credit and it's only a $3,750 tax credit, I could easily see Tesla just being like, well, you know, guys, here's a $3,750 discount. Just had a friend come check on how much it'll be installed. Not just need to win the charger. Oh no, do you need to like upgrade your panel and all that stuff? Yeah, I feel you. That's for sure. It can get expensive. The next demand button for Tesla is the Quicksilver color or dark red color. Yeah, I can see that. That'd be cool. I'm waiting on cancellations and price drop, even though I do want the tax credit. This is hard. Yeah, if you're waiting for a Model Y, I don't think there's going to be price drops coming soon. Model 3 standard range, though, yes. Price drops coming. All right, just one last topic. And I don't know if we'll do the intro and all that stuff, but it's pretty cool stuff. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. We're just going to jump into this thing that I found that was pretty interesting. I guess like Tesla, I mean, we already knew Tesla had massive profit margins per vehicle, but this is a really nice infographic that shows you can see all the different manufacturers and how much Tesla actually makes per vehicle as well. So, I mean, how does this relate? Well, Tesla could use this to their advantage. They can keep dropping prices even more. But the one thing that was interesting with this is that this profit per vehicle is a little old, right? So this is not factoring in these prices that just happened like earlier this year. So I would love to see an updated one, but we probably won't see an updated one until later on. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. All right, so let's jump into this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt. He posted this great infographic from Visual Cap showing Tesla's superior profitability. So you can see right here, Tesla right at the top in the blue. So blue means profit, I guess. $9,574 profit per vehicle. And just taking a look at some of the other ones like GM 2150, BYD. I thought BYD had a good profit margin, but I guess not. 1,500. That's of course, Chinese company. Toyota 1,200 per vehicle. Okay. Volkswagen like number 2. So Toyota is number 1, right? 10 million vehicles sold last year. Volkswagen number 2. I'm not sure the actual volume, or maybe I don't even know. 973. Hyundai 927. Ford negative $762. So those Ford Mach-E's with that $6,000 discount probably not making profit. Xpeng $11,735 negative per vehicle. Neo almost $20,000 negative per vehicle. I mean, taking a look at this, Tesla looks healthy, right? And now that the projected they sold 1.4 million vehicles globally last year, and now they're projecting 1.8. That's a good amount of profit, that's for sure. But this was also from quarter 3 of 2022, so this is not inputting the most recent price drops that happened in December or even January. And so we'd love to see, but if we were to try and factor that in, I mean, still, that if we worst case scenario we took out 7,500 or 13,000 or whatever, then we're basically in line with all the other manufacturers. But of course, maybe not in terms of volume there, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I'd love to see an updated one, and will be an updated one coming soon. So we'll jump into some of the comments and some of the questions, and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Tesla will continue to decrease prices? I mean, at this point, Model 3 standard range, it dropped to $500 the other day. I think it will continue to keep dropping down. Model Y long range increasing in price. I think they will continue to go back up until I would say Model Y performance hits at about $59,990, and that's when we'll start. Which is funny with that is that's basically kind of the yo-yo that happens these past few years, right? You can see this is long range column, this is performance column. Performance always kind of stayed in this 60 to 59 range since forever, but long range is where we started to see that creeping up. It was started at 51, then went to 53, then yo-yo down to 49, 50, and then crept back up. So I could easily see us hovering around right about here. Model Y long range 56,990. Model Y performance maybe 60,000, or maybe they'll probably do 59,990, and then the Model Y all-wheel drive, which will probably be the vehicle to get at 50,990, just staying right there because that is the vehicle that will become the deal because it gets that $7,500 tax credit, or all of them get the $7,500 tax credit, that's for sure. But let me know your thoughts on it. I definitely thought it was pretty interesting that Tesla, has some good, healthy profit margins, and they could easily use that to their advancement. Is it actually easy to get an installation for a wall charger? It depends. If you've got space on your box, the panel, yes. If you're not going far from that panel, yes. And that's really about it, actually. Performance is the only one I want. Yes, performance is nice, but I'm speaking from someone that I've had a Model 3 Performance Stealth and a Model Y Performance. I probably would not do it again. I'd probably just do long range because it's more comfortable. But that could just be me just getting old. Sir Rock, welcome. I ordered a Model Y Performance early morning yesterday and already have my VIN located in Virginia. Nice. What is your estimated delivery date? That's what I want to know. If I order Tesla Model 3, which is cheapest, and I get delivered, let's say August of 2023, would I still qualify for the $7,500 tax credit? We don't know. It could be fluid. It's supposed to change in March, and then that's when it changes. So if you take delivery before March, yes. If you take it afterwards, no one has a crystal ball at this point. But worst case, 0. Most likely case, $3,750 tax credit. Best case, of course, $7,500 tax credit. How much for total price Tesla Model Y? Depends. If you're going with the base one, $50,990 plus taxes, 5 to 10% plus fees, it could be anywhere 55 to 60K out the door. Sup, Anton? We don't know what terms are going to change. Exactly. Thank you, Sir Rock, for jumping in and providing that knowledge. M3 performance, price drop incoming? I don't think so. Well, this is what we know. We can easily predict any price drops incoming by just looking at how many vehicles they have actually. We've been monitoring these, we've been monitoring inventory for the past, almost 3 to 4 months now, almost every single day. And this is the crystal ball right here. Go to Waiting for Tesla, see what's in stock. And if there is a lot of vehicles in stock, expect a price discount. And so Model 3 steering wheel drive standard range, $299. That's why I think there's going to be a price drop. Switching over to Model Y, 18 long ranges, 45 all-wheel drives. Okay, maybe. But this actually just got dumped into the inventory the other day. It went from like 0 to 45. So I don't know about that, but if Model Y all-wheel drive starts to creep up, and why it will creep up because of Texas, Giga Austin, all that stuff, as it starts to ramp up to 75,000 units in Q1, and we start to see a lot more all-wheel drives, what if, speculation, what if it goes from 50,990 to 49,990? Is that the slick deal? Would you buy? Or would you still wait for a long range at 54? Did the Model Y all-wheel drive also increase in price? No, it actually did not. That is the crazy thing out of yesterday. Model Y long range went up $1,500. Model Y performance went up $1,000. Model Y all-wheel drive stayed flat. Base price $50,990. Thing is, yeah. Yeah is thing. Yes. Have your black seats gotten dirty quickly, and do you notice any grime or dirt on them? Nah. They get dirty, but just ceramic coat the interior and you're fine. That's why I always actually recommend ceramic. I recommend ceramic on the outside, paint protection first. I recommend ceramic on the inside. I recommend ceramic on the rims, the windows, everything. And if you're in the SoCal area, go to 24K Shine on Yelp. Hit up Andre. He is the owner, and ask for the Dennis deal from YouTube. He'll hook you up. I brought my past 2 Teslas to him. Great work. And he uses the best quality product that has really been recommended that I like. That's why I go back to him on top of his work. Thing is, you can have 100K profit if you don't sell as many cars. As Tesla, those profit means nothing. Yeah. Portable charger you guys use from Tesla or another brand? Actually, I have let's just show it because I have a portable charger. And I need to make a video on it, but I don't have a home charging setup. Let's switch this. But shout out to Electron for sending me this charger. It's I guess it's like Tesla's wall connector, but probably even cheaper. They're on Amazon. I haven't tested it, but I think they're like the low cost leader because I've seen a lot of other people do it. But what's really cool with this wall charger, I mean, I guess just like the Tesla one, is it's a Tesla plug. So shout out to Electron for sending this to me. I will make a video and review it, but giving you an extra preview of it as well. Thanks, Electron. Check them out on Amazon. Paul, welcome. I saw you added me, but yeah, we actually made a video on the Tesla Model 3 lease earlier this month, and I'll show you what I'm going to tweet about it, but take a look at this, Paul. 1.75 or 72% APR exists, and it exists right here with a Tesla Model 3 lease. And so speculation hat Dennis says they're using that $7,500 tax credit that they get as Tesla finance. They're not using all of it. They're using some of it to buy down the rate, which then equals the $349 a month payment on a Tesla lease. And the cool thing is you can do 24 months at $351 or 36 months at $349, but this is really I only recommend this for people that are really inclined on trying to get Model 3 Highline or the hardware for whatever. You just want something short term, get your feet wet with the Tesla, and then give it back to them, and then get the new one when it comes out. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff here with these Tesla Model 3 leases. But I think personally that this needs to start with a 3, and the payment needs to start with a 2, so $299 a month, for Tesla to solve their problem. And their problem is all these standard Rangers in inventory. That's my speculation hat. Let me know what your thoughts on that are. And I'll probably make a video on that, and then we can collab or something. Baka's World, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate comfort on a Model Y long range compared to Model Y performance? Long range for sure. Higher suspension, bigger fatter tires, probably 20 to 30% more comfortable. Fully charged Tesla encounters extreme cold weather. Tesla no longer fully charged. Got to call a cap. Yeah, easily could see that scenario. Oh shoot, dang it, I wasn't sharing my screen. No. Well, this is what I was clicking with. You can find this financing page where the 1.72% exists. The price needs to start with a 39,000 for them to sell these vehicles. And the payment probably needs to start with a $299 a month. And then that's when they'll be able to sell all their 299 Model 3 stand ranges. That was the quick TLDR. Will the Model 3 performance keep the 7500 after March? No idea. It could go up. It could go down. I mean, sorry, it can't go up. It can go down. We have no idea at the moment, but hopefully. That's one in my watch list. No, nice. Yeah. I'll open it. Any thoughts on wraps to stay under the price cap? We went with white seats. Not happy with the white Tesla, but I can wrap it. Can't change seats. Yeah, I mean, wraps are nice. There's even PPF wraps, $6,000 to $7,000, but pretty nice. Does Lec charge faster than Tesla cable? I'm not that technical, sorry. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel. Check out yesterday's video if you want a chance to win this Tesla wall charger or wall connector from Tenet. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring the video. Thank you all for getting me to 10,000 subs. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments, the like buttons, all that stuff. Really appreciate it. It's been a crazy Tesla roller coaster ride, that's for sure. I'll be back tomorrow, probably 12 or 5 o'clock. Who knows, sometimes around that. I did like that. I know. I like doing that early stream. I did one early at like 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. Let me know if you guys like that, if I should do that again. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.